So this is downtown Wichita, Kansas at Main Street and William Street. And behind me is another castle of a building. I want to show you this one. I want to keep the sun out of the picture so you can see, but I want to walk toward this. This building is just a massive stone castle-like structure. It's a museum now and it's closed today. So I'm not going to get inside today, but another time I will do that. But I still wanted to grab this video while I could. If you notice the size of these stones that form the structure, and interestingly, right on the side, there's a date put into it. And this date says 1890 AD. And the other date is a typical thing that's done in Masonic symbol dating, having to do with the year of light, I believe is what AL is. But 1890 is once again within a couple years of all the other buildings that are built like this, grand castle-like structures in a time of horse and buggies. I did another video on one in Wichita that was a castle-like structure at Friends University. This one has the same cylinder type structure, and if you see the degree of difficulty in construction of these, those are round, actually round carved rocks placed on top of each other all the way up perfectly in a level manner. And I'll show you the one on the right so you can see from a distance. And those are a round cylinder structure that goes all the way up amidst and right in the middle of all this tremendously difficult stonework. Just the arch over the top. You see, these stones can't be cut square. They have to be cut with a taper so that they form an arch. And if the taper is too much or too little, it's not going to form that perfect semicircle of an arch. And to cut that perfectly like that, haul that, look at the size of this stone. To give you an idea, I'm going to stand by it. These mortar lines in between are perfectly level. The stones themselves, to be loaded into a wagon, well, first off, to cut them, be able to cut them without it falling apart, have it be square, have them loaded into a wagon, come here and build this. At the same time, all the other ones are being built in the late 1800s. Those stories in my book don't add up. And I wanted you to be able to see these and see if if you have any book in which they add up, because they don't in mine. I want to take you around the side where you're going to be able to see a lot better with the sun directly on it and see the how high it goes above again. So you can see that this floor right here goes lower than the ground level, and who knows how low it actually goes. And if you just look at the size of this one stone and imagine loading that in much of anything beside a horse and buggy, it's pretty incredible. And this building is said to be built between 1890 and 1892 with this 170-foot high central tower. And when you look at the building, an old picture, you can see what there was. Horse, buggy, already concrete sidewalks, horse and buggy, and the notion that these massive blocks, 500 and more pounds, could be built and put in at a time like that just does not add up. And there are absolutely no construction photos anywhere of that. It's always a finished building. This really shows that this building was here long, long before, and the sidewalks cover up the lower levels, and the dirt streets are a testament to the fact that they're dirt because mud flowed in and covered everything up. These were obviously built at a glorious time that is being covered up. So now here I am across the street, and you can see how grand of a building that is. Just a massive stone structure with intense detail and a degree of difficulty that would just be impossible at a time like that. It'd be impossible now. These buildings are obviously built at a time where money was no object whatsoever. And in the late 1800s, there were barely any people here. And the ones that were didn't really need a building like that. And right next door is another one. It says City Library on top, but there the bell strikes for the clock on this building. And this building next door, of course it says City Library on the top, but now it's a bank. But who knows what it was originally. The level of detail on them is much like the other ones I've shown. But the grooming on the building around the lower level, it's kept up. So without being able to get in these buildings right now and explore from that side, and just looking around the exterior of the building, you can see that there are lower windows that were there, but this building's been refurbished to a level that it's hard to see much of anything from the outside. But to see and appreciate buildings like this, you can see that building has boarded up right there. But the amazing construction on this at a time that we're told has very little amount of people out here and only primitive means of construction, doesn't flow together. And so I wanted you to see this building. It's just one more incredible building on the Great Plains with just spectacular detail and degree of difficulty. So hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.